presented by Tupelo Coca-Cola as always, and featuring 2/3 of our Wednesday host panel. And we're going to have special guests here today from Etowah, including head coach Travis Macon going into his fourth season. Friend of the program, we can't wait to catch up with him on an all-important day. Also, the new women's soccer coach, Brandon Butler, will join us. We're going to learn a lot about their program, and we are pleased to have Dr. Jay Allen a little later in the show talk about everything going on here. It's a busy campus here at ICC, and we do have Frank Dodds on his end here. Good to have you, Frank. You made a drive today, my friend.
Good morning. I used to live in Fulton. Got a lot of good friends over here, and Adam, Cal, and his staff.
Yeah.
We love working with those guys. Shout out to my neighbor,
Okay.
Coach Terry Gooch,
All right.
elected to the Mississippi Tennis Hall of Fame.
Is that right?
Yes.
Didn't realize.
Can I think his name?
They didn't Belichick him.
No.
No, okay, he's in the hall.
She's family.
All right. Oh, she. Okay. All right, Terry Gooch, congratulations. And joining us, the head coach, Tupelo Christian Prep Athletic Director, and our Wednesday coach, Trent Hammond, joining us. Morning, Coach.
Glad to be here, man. Excited. You know, a lot of movement and shaking going on over here this
Dang,
morning.
looking out, we're on the second floor of this beautiful facility here at Davis Event Center. They got chicken for us, Coach. We got donuts. I want to thank Adam Gore. I want to thank Thomas, our engineer, and everyone for having us over today. We're going to be talking about some of the action going on with signing day. We've got a lot to get to.
I understand. I'm just glad they put that chicken out when we got on there.
Sure
or I would have eaten it.
Yeah, big old tray of chicken sitting over there with barbecue. So I'm telling you,
I'm telling you.
that's why we love coming
That was good.
to ICC.
You know, I put one of those strips between two chocolate donuts.
There you go, Coach. Yeah. I wouldn't put it past you. All right, so today you can say hello on our program on the Elite Realty text line. That number is 331-2508. Got a couple of already some comments there. Let's get to, got ugly last night at Rocky Top, gentlemen, with Ole Miss going down to Tennessee, losing their fourth straight. And this kid, Ament for Tennessee, he got it on in the second half. 26 of his 28 scored in the second half.
It's kind of like he went in there and woke up some reason or another and just was a different player. And, you know, you love it when that happens as a coach.
Ole Miss couldn't do anything with him in that second half.
And Coach Beard was not happy.
No.
No.
And that's what I meant when I referred to the ugliness last night. A.J. Storr had the ball stripped, and he had a foul called on him. And then Coach Beard went off. He was incensed. He got ejected, and it was after being called for 2 technicals. So that was kind of the story last night. The final was 84-66. That's the fourth win in a row for Tennessee. And after Saturday's game at Texas, here's one thing. We talked yesterday about how these SEC teams are pretty good at holding serve at home.
Right.
There was like 7 teams with only 1 home loss. But on the road, everybody struggles in this league. Ole Miss will have played 7 of their first 10 conference games on the road. That's part of the problem.
Well, you know, it tells you what home field advantage is, too. And, you know, when you go in, you get a big crowd. And then also, you take in the basketball team's schedule of travel during midweek, you know, so much moving in several games. And you may play a game in Texas and then a game in Kentucky. You know,
Yeah.
I think that takes a big toll on what those kids can do.
And the home field officiating, home court officiating. I'm sorry. The box scores, I was listening last night to the post game, and Coach Beard did a good job. And he didn't call anybody out. And he called them professionals and the best in the business. But, you know, when you looked at the shooting percentage, Ole Miss shot 42% from the field. Tennessee only shot 45%. Ole Miss from three-point, 36%. Tennessee, 38%. That game should have been a lot closer.
Yeah. Instead of deceiving. The free throws. Let's see who shot
That's what
free
I was
throws.
fixing to ask. What's the free throw
Let's
percentage?
go there.
Or the total number of free throws comparing the two teams?
It was
Yeah.
bad. I heard it on the radio
Yeah,
last night.
and we've seen games like that this season.
Yeah.
Team shoots twice as many.
And you know, that's like Franco said, that could be home court officiating. And then, you know, you're looking at, that should be 3 points. You know, it should be like 8 out of 20.
8 out of 23.
8 out of 23.
And you can do it blindfolded.
And I know we'll
Jordan did it.
Yeah, blindfold. Have we had that challenge yet?
It's coming.
I will give Tennessee credit where credit due. 40-23 in the rebounding department.
That's
I mean, and it's an effort play.
Key
We've talked
stat.
about it over and over and over, but it's effort.
key stat. Yeah, they've struggled in that department over the last several games during this fourth game losing streak. Also last night, Dalen Swain at 22, and he had 10 rebounds. Texas pulled away midway through the second half and beat South Carolina 84-75. Texas now 14-9 on the season and 5-5 in conference play. Tonight we have two games. A&M at number 23 Alabama ought to be a good one.
Ought to be a good one, but you know, you're looking at home court for Alabama.
Yeah, this could be a big win for them after
And
losing.
they've got that new D-League player, man, they're loading up just in time.
Yeah, amazing. You can go to the pro
The
now
G
and
League,
come
I
back.
mean, yeah, the
You know,
G League,
you can go to the pros and come back.
Yep. Yeah, lots of moving parts nowadays.
Here's your free throws from last night's Ole Miss Tennessee contest. Ole Miss 13 for 21, Tennessee 23 for 34. 34 to 21 at edge.
A little different.
Yeah. Also, this evening, Oklahoma will be at Kentucky. Big full slate of action on Saturday.
It's just so weird to me to see Kentucky without a ranking beside their name. You know, I came up
It's a
in that age
typo.
where they were, you know,
But
they're
it's automatic.
always going to be ranked. But, you know, it's just a different world.
Mississippi State's got Arkansas coming in on Saturday. That is an 11 o'clock tip. You can hear the game on 95.9 with a 10:30 pregame. It's going to be a crazy weekend, gentlemen, with Super Bowl. We're going to talk more. We have some fun facts for you. We've been doing this now for a week or so on the Super Bowl and all things Super Bowl related. We've had some really interesting things. So when you go to a Super Bowl party, you want to be the smartest fan in the house, right?
That's right.
So we're going to give you more on that. There's actually quite a list of former ICC players who have played in the Super Bowl. Coach, you happen to have a former player.
I do. I have one. I had a young man, Jamie Collins, that played for me 2008, 2007, 2008 time frame, that played at Southern Miss and then was drafted by the Patriots and wound up winning the Super Bowl with the New England Patriots, and actually was a all-pro player. Spent 10 years in the league.
How many Super Bowls did he win?
I
Or
think just
participate?
one.
Just one?
He broke one of Belichick's rules, which was initiated contract talks during the season, and he went to bed 7-0 and woke up 0-7 with the Detroit Lions. at the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, he was gone. But
Belichick.
yeah, and he did all right though by that, because his next contract was 5 years, $51 million.
Did you get tickets to the Super Bowl that year?
I did not.
And his former, think of all the thousands of players that Coach has had in his, 70 years of coaching, it seems. And that's a testament of how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl.
It is.
You have
And
one guy.
How young you look compared to your tenure.
Exactly.
You
You
know,
know, I'm 152.
Exactly.
He's coached forever.
A day
He's
of
had a lot of players, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but Jamie he's a great kid. He's actually on Belichick's staff now at North Carolina.
Ah, so they made up.
They made up. Well, after he ran through that contract, Belichick re-signed him to come back in with the Patriots one more time. So he finished as a Patriot.
Gosh.
If
Yeah.
only Belichick were a Hall of Fame.
If only. Thank you for.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, not good enough. And a pretty good resume, but not good enough.
Not good enough.
To the Elite Realty text line we go. Thank you very much. As good as Ole Miss was in football, they are the complete opposite in basketball. Time for a new coach. Ouch.
I think it's just you miss in the transfer portal and
You can't miss.
What are you gonna do?
In our world, you can't miss.
And the good news is you can fix it quickly.
You can fix it
Right.
next year.
All right, guys, I truly believe the Church League basketball team could out-rebound the Ole Miss team. Beard and staff must do a better job in the offseason evaluating the portal, just as you said. This team doesn't have the culture or the toughness that the Sweet 16 team had last spring. Thank you, Brother Joe, for checking in. All right. Thank you also to our host today, Itawamba Community College.
I'm watching the signings on the
We do.
big screen.
Now, this is real-time signees. So we're going to be talking with Coach Macon about that. Why don't we bring over Brandon Butler? Where's Brandon? Brandon, come on up, ladies and gentlemen.
Big hand, big hand.
New to the ICC family, as a matter of fact. Come on, have a seat right there, Coach. Appreciate you. Yeah, I hope you had the chicken. Did you try the chicken, Coach? Looks pretty good.
Not yet, but I'm gonna get there.
All right.
Chicken and donuts.
Chicken and donuts.
I mean,
It's kind of like chicken and waffles.
They knew we were coming.
Along with that.
They knew we were coming.
it's a new thing we're starting.
Coach, welcome, and we appreciate you joining us today. You come to ICC after quite an interesting journey up north, and tell us about that.
Yeah, so last year I took the assistant job at the University of Indianapolis, and then was there throughout the season. And about the time when winter hit and the snow started coming down, I went, oh, I got to get up out of here. So
Right?
that's back down south and back home.
Great.
So this last week was kind of normal for you.
Oh yeah. Well, I was kind of mad. I thought I got rid of it, and then it followed me.
Fogged you down here.
You're the reason
It's your fault.
You brought it down.
Now, you also, had 2 seasons at Pearl River, so you're familiar with the
Correct.
South State Community College system here.
Yes.
Was that in women's program as well?
That was on the men's
On the
side.
men's side? All right, tell us about the interim head coach. You had a lot of success at Pearl River, top 10 national ranking. You won the Region 23. You won district titles and made it to the national tournaments.
Yes.
And as we were just talking about how hard that must be.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely, once you get to that level, obviously you're playing the best teams across the country, and it's always interesting, especially when you get the local high school kids to that level and they see, okay, the soccer realm is so much bigger than the high school and just junior college level, and all of a sudden you've got the Division II, Division I, AAI, and Division III schools there trying to find their next kids. It's like, hey, it's a great opportunity to get you out there.
And there's so many great youth programs all over the country and world, I would suspect. That I would assume that, the talent pool is pretty rich.
Oh yeah, no, there's across the world, you make a good point there. Like, I call it going shopping for players at this point, because that's really what it is. You've got almost everybody who even considers the idea of coming over to America from a different country, let alone all of the clubs that are just in the United States. We have access to all of them. So trying to find, a kid that's not only right for our program, but that they're right for the school, it's not that difficult.
Brandon Butler, the new head women's soccer coach at Itawamba, what drew you to this job and this school in particular?
Yeah, so historically, right, ICC has a good run within the MAC. The competition just within the MAC itself, I argue it is the toughest junior college conference in the country. You look at just the MAC in general, the last 3 national championships, or the last 3 national champion teams are in this conference. You've got multiple national ranked teams within the top 20, year in and year out. So coming here and getting to work in a program that is consistently competing with these teams, but also having the backing of the administration and then the community on top of that, there's no reason we don't hit the ground running and go push for a national title ourselves, and I really think we can do that.
You have a specialty with goalkeepers, as I understand it.
Correct.
It's interesting, Coach Hammy can definitely relate to this, coaching a specific position on the field, so you've had that experience.
Correct.
Talk about, your priorities. Are you a defensive-minded guy? Or are you, a fast break guy?
Yeah, I think the situation dictates in who we're playing now. I love to keep possession, have possession with a purpose, right? If we control the ball for 90% of the game, we give it up one time, they score, we lose the game 1-0, what was that possession actually worth? When it comes to just how we're going to play, right, like to keep a faster tempo, like to keep the pace of the ball, but also like to go score goals, right? And if that means we have to win a game 3-2, so be it. It'll be an exciting game for the fans to come watch. But I would definitely, obviously, love to win games, 4-5-0 if we can. But again, right, going back to this is a very competitive conference. We know we put up one. Any one of these teams in this league, they're just as willing and able to put up one against us. So with the goalkeeper side of that, we're bringing in right now a freshman goalkeeper, and we're on the hunt for at least 1 or 2 more veterans who's got a bit of skill, but also that read the game well. Because to me, the goalkeeper, you have to be realistically one of the smartest people on the field. You have to read it all.
And that's what I played, but it was so much about the defenders out front of the goalkeeper, too. It's
Yeah.
not just, I love being a keeper. You see this body? No regard for this body at all.
Coach, but
Go get the ball.
Let's move on.
pay no attention.
No, I love defense. And it's not just about the goalkeepers, the guys in front of him, or the
right.
girls in front of him.
Off air, I need to talk to you about a strategy I've been trying to get our soccer coach to implement.
Okay.
And I want to keep it secret.
Yeah.
He refuses. My guy too low.
Strategy.
What is it, fast break?
Oh, it's amazing. But
Okay.
anyway, let me ask you a question real quick, as an AD. What does soccer talent in Mississippi, after having been in Indianapolis, how does our high school soccer and all that stack up around the places that you look at?
I think Mississippi soccer is big time. I do think there is a reason why so many of the high school and club girls from this state are getting picked up by big time people and programs across the country. It's, people are looking at Mississippi. And again, I think that's highly part of the success of the MAC in general. But they see that the clubs are doing well, the high schools are doing well, they're producing the players that are needed to go play and perform at big time teams.
Yeah, and you go to, my grandkids, and they're 3-year-olds, and they're running around and they're playing soccer,
Yeah.
and it's incredible. So this, particularly in North Mississippi, is, from our experience, it's been a great development there. What can we expect from the ICC women this year, my friend?
Yeah, it's so I keep kind of falling back to this word is my biggest thing is integrity. And when you perform the way you need to perform, not because it's asked of you, but it's because it's what's expected, and we have these standards and we go from it. The games, you're going to see a team that performs for each other, and there's no individualistic sides of it. We can have, our role players, and that's fine and all, but everyone is going to perform for each other to get us to that end goal. So we're all coming together, and that's the biggest thing right now is I'm looking at, all right, this is our culture, this is what we're going to be. And it's, if you love soccer, Itawama is going to be the place you want to come to. If you don't, you might not be the best for you, Because we're going to demand the most, and we're going to play like we are trying to achieve the most. And I think that's just how you have to be in keyboards, especially in this league.
Yes. If you don't set the standard.
Yeah, what is it worth?
Standard. Yeah.
Exactly.
I see this.
Good to hear a young coach with that attitude.
I love it. I love it. What do you think year one success looks for you? Like, what are you looking for in year one? What do you see and say that would be a successful year?
So it's obviously easy to go year one success, We finished 6th in the league this year. Okay, if we finish 5th, that's one up. Outside of the just hard numbers of the thing, developing the culture, getting in the right players, really making the team what we need it to be. That's, to me, the successful side of things. And then starting to implement things that are going to set us up long-term, 5, 6 to 10 years down the road. I think that is what actually builds the successful stuff. And then the wins and everything comes along with it.
See, I agree with you. This was my first year getting back in. I've been retired. First year to come back in as a coach. And you look at it and say, hey, what do I need to establish? Well, number one, you hear complaints of kids' behavior and things like that. Well, we're going to change that because we're going to set some expectations and those things. And we're going to set some demands in a way for them. And, and wins would follow. And so I can see that hey,
Well, we talk about the NIL area. You've only got these athletes for 2 years.
Exactly.
I mean, it's constant turnover. We talk about that all the time. Other levels of sport. You've got them. They've got to be ready.
Yep.
And then you've got to get them to that next level.
Yep.
Coach, when's the season get underway?
So we'll officially start in the fall. Kids will move in late July, and then it's just hit the ground running from there.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
Great, you got some time to prep.
Oh yeah, that's we started back in the training the returning players in the spring now. Obviously got a bit rained out yesterday, but we're training today, tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I love the way soccer guys say training. We say practice.
They got a different word for everything.
Different word for
Different
everything.
word, they don't say game, they say match, right?
It's a match.
Hey, Coach Brandon Butler.
It's a pitch.
Brandon Butler, everybody give it up. New head coach, women's soccer at ICC. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, when we return, we're going to be hearing from head coach Travis Macon, as well as Dr. Jay Allen, president here at ICC. We got Coach Hammond, we got Franco, we got a room full of folks. A studio audience today for National Signing Day. Chicken and donuts for everyone. We'll return right after this timeout on our special Wednesday edition of Mississippi Sports Today. And welcome back to the Davis Event Center at Itawamba Community College for today's National Signing Day 26 special events. And we appreciate everyone at ICC for having us, hanging out with Coach Trent Hammond, Frank Dodge. We appreciate Coach Brandon Butler, the new head women's soccer coach at Etowamba, for coming. Say hello today on our Elite Realty text line at 331-2508. And every time we come to Etowamba, we're always pleased to visit with the president, Dr. Jay Allen. Dr. Allen, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Craig. Glad to have y'all on campus today. It's a great day.
Well, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, great setup. Davis Wade's Davis event center. Davis Wade.
Even better. Even better. Yeah, we talked about that.
Understand. We're talking about football.
Yeah, we are. I mean, this is so impressive, Dr. Allen, the staff you have here, obviously coaches, but your support staff, and I'm just impressed with, we got a big flat screen with the signees coming up with it, and they're on what, playing cards, they got a theme here.
They do. I don't know if we have poker chips here. I see those up there. I'm gonna have to investigate that a little bit. Ballpark. I mean, ballpark is ballpark.
Yeah, spot the ball, baby.
I'm still seeing signees from Hill City, Alabama, Mobile, Houston.
It could be for the early talks. It could be for the early talks.
True. Yeah.
But we do need revenue, so I don't know if they need poker chips. I don't know.
Well, you got a Chick-fil-A, you might as well install it. Yeah, roulette wheel. Let's talk a little about, because ICC lately, I'm not sure if everyone is aware, has been recognized nationally in a number of ways. And just sort of, if you could, give us some info on that and sort of, this Aspen Institute 200 honor.
So the Aspen Institute for Community College Athletics has been around for a decade or better now. It's actually one every 2 years they do this ranking, and so we received, and in the top 150 or 200, they kind of change up how they do that from year to year, or from time to time. We've been in the top 150 or 208 times in a row. Very proud of that. It's Tyler Institute. There's 11 community colleges. So, and I'm friends with a number of these presidents across the country, and there's some great things that are buried out there, great work being done by community colleges. So it means a lot for us to be students. It's not how much money we spend on the field, it's based on how much we spend on our facilities. It's based on the students' success, and we're so proud of that. That's their faculty and staff and our support staff. They're created an environment where the right things can happen in the classroom and outside the classroom.
In the long run, the students benefit from that.
That's right. And we made it in the top 25 2 years ago, so we're hoping to be there again. And,
we'll go through and those type things if we make it to that level. So we're very excited about that. We're touched because it's a tribute to our employees and our students.
And this is based on real data.
Real
This is
data.
not judging or.
Oh no! And look, they're real. We've interviewed with them before, and it is not like, well, so tell me what about the great things that are going on. And we dive into the data and we really talk about it. It is intense.
You've got great numbers.
Yes.
Just like statistics in sports. I mean, you can
Absolutely.
put that out there. How about the Bellwether Award? I've not heard of that.
So the Bellwether Award's been around for quite a while, and when I was in Kentucky, I had the opportunity to compete for that at the community college. I was president of there. So this is our first time that we believe we've ever been in the top 10 in the category we submitted for ever. So we're excited about that. We will go in February this month and we will present at a conference. And you're actually presenting a presentation in a room with people, but you don't know who the judges are. And so they're judging you and judging that presentation, and we've sent them, we just sent in yesterday our binder, which is a set of information that explains really what we're doing for student success with a program called Access. And it's really a manual that another college could use to replicate what we're doing, because their goal is to spread great projects, great information, and best practices across the country. So we're very excited about that. We'll make that presentation. Who knows if we'll make it to number 1, but to just be honored to be there in top 10 is tremendous.
How long is that presentation?
It's 45 minutes, and so you got.
Can you get it all in?
We can, but we're going to practice ahead of time.
Is it one person making the presentation or a team?
It'll be 3 of us. It'll be 3 of us
Okay.
doing that.
If you need a guy, any of us.
I mean, y'all got the voice for it. I can call you in, and if we need.
I've been told I have a voice for silent movies.
Movies. I know. I understand. Well, that's how it goes. I have a face for radio, so it works out.
Beautiful.
We'll be a great team.
So congratulations to you
Yeah.
and your staff on these recent, national
Yes.
awards and recognition. Let's let's kind of move on and talk about the Connection Center.
Yes.
Because the student experience here, I mean, until you come and actually see everything going on, it's unbelievable.
Well, we worked hard at that, Craig. We worked really hard to create an environment of student engagement, both inside and outside of the classroom. And that doesn't just mean the fun stuff. It means the academic efforts and opportunities to do research for Brown University. Our students are doing that. To be able to launch basically a weather balloon to near space. And you can actually see the curvature of the Earth from the GoPro that goes up. So really, and they get to put research material on that rope that dangles below that to do research about what happens when you get up there to that level of cold, the air pressure changes,
Yeah.
things. So really neat.
Incredible.
So we have so many opportunities, and then we have a lot of fun stuff as well. But our Connection Center, it's a place where our community, our students will be able to gather, we'll have meetings, have presentations, have events. We've already had our baseball first pitch event there. It's our first event in there since we opened that facility. We had the ribbon cutting just the other day, this week for Monday for not only the Connection Center, but more importantly, the Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Now, to bring Chick-fil-A to Fulton and bring it to the Fulton campus of ICC, I don't know if I will be able to do anything greater than probably that one thing.
You'll get a statue for that, my friend.
I may have to retire.
I'm
'Cause I may
telling
have
you.
topped out right here.
Next time, let's do the program from the Chick-fil-A.
I like that idea. I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good.
I love it. I love
Those
it.
chicken minis are pretty gold.
Oh, they're unbelievable.
So we're excited about that.
Let's talk a little about the athletic programming and
Yes.
the reason we're here today, but also academically, your athletes
They're
are
doing extremely well.
ranked really high.
I tell our coaches and I tell the families that come to visit that I look for three things out of every environment for every coaching environment and student environment. And as an athlete, is that I expect the coach to make them a better student, a better athlete, and a better person. No matter how good mom and dad gave them to us, we should be growing in all three categories, and that's our commitment to do that. If we win a national title, but we fail at one of those, we fail. And that's the reality, is that we have to grow them in all three.
And that's one of the great things about community college athletics
100%.
is that kids are still student
That's correct.
athletes.
That's correct.
You know,
They are.
As you get higher and higher, it's becoming that they're an
That's
athlete
right.
that might take a class.
That's right. And we're
Here-
focused on it, and we're extremely good, and that's part of those awards is successful. We're very successful at getting them to transferability, to academic success, to graduation. And then what we did, we learned how we were doing that with those athletes, so we then began to spread that across our student body, and that's where some of our successes come from. But yeah, 108 for the MAC conference academic honors, 67 on the NJCCAA all academic honors, and then 8 NJCAA academic team of the year honors. That doesn't happen by accident. Those are students that are working hard in the classroom, and if you watch how hard they're working on the practice field, on the field, in the weight room, that is not easy. It really is like a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so they're doing it.
That also speaks to your coaches.
Absolutely.
That you've got, because, I coached for 30 years at the highest high school levels you could get, and you would send kids sometimes to different places.
Yep.
And then they would come up 1/10 of a point
Yep.
from being academically eligible to go somewhere else.
That's right.
And I even had a discussion with that coach, and he told me, well, I couldn't make him go to class. And I'm like, yes,
you
you
can.
can.
That's
You
right.
can. And it's awesome to see that it's happening.
Somebody asked me one time, how do you get such smart athletes? I said, well, it's not necessarily that they're so smart, it's that we do control their time. So we can get them to go to class, and if they don't go to class, they run.
Yeah.
Well, I can't make the average student run,
No.
but that athlete can, and it's that just like with young children. If you find something that makes them uncomfortable enough, they'll change their behavior.
Yeah.
My youngest-
Tough love, baby.
My youngest right now is a year of prereqs trying to get into one of your programs next year.
And look, and our programs to get into those career tech programs, the health science especially, they're difficult to get in. I mean, this past year we had 300 people applying for the radiology tech program. There's only 18 slots.
Yeah.
In each cohort. So that's tough.
Big demand.
Yeah.
Hey, now you're a visionary. We always talk to you about, looking ahead.
Yeah.
Sort of what are some things folks need to know about ICC's next, big priorities?
So, we're going to continue to focus on those things that have brought us success to date, which is student engagement, classroom experience, stronger retention efforts. So we're going to continue to work at that without a doubt. We're going to make sure our students are having fun at all three locations. Things that make it fun to be here, but also encourage them to stay. The more engaged they are, the more likely they are to be successful. We're going to do those things. We have 300 people on the waiting list for housing. We started the fall semester. It's probably 500 or 600 that summer. We need a new residence hall. I just don't have the 26 or so million probably it would take to build that thing. but we'll get there one day. You know, it's things like that. We always tell the manufacturers and the businesses that we work with, our industry partners, as I tour those facilities, I need to know what's coming next, such as AI and how that's impacting their business so that we can prepare. If they're going to change to another robotic system, we need to know that so that we can prepare to buy those robots, robot trainers, so that we can be prepared to train their employees. And to pipeline their future employees. So it takes time to do that because it takes money.
Yeah.
And we never have enough money or time.
Yeah, trying to stay ahead of the curve.
This is. It
And
is.
it's changing so fast.
It is. Oh my gosh, the level of change over this.
That's impressive, Dr. Allen. We appreciate you so much, and congratulations to you and your staff, faculty, and all these students on this great success, sir.
Well, we're proud of them. They've done great work, and our coaches are just not just football, but our coaches across the whole spectrum here at ICC is unbelievable.
Yeah.
This campus is just amazing
Thank
too.
you.
It's beautiful, and I used to tell people all the time, if you can, it seems like if you can get an athlete to campus to visit,
Yeah.
you can get them to visit, or you can get a mom and dad to visit.
Didn't look like this in
This place-
'83, Coach, when I was here.
Well,
Not at all.
And you see them working on irrigation on the football practice field.
Yeah.
We're redoing the football field, and still be grass, but totally redo. So it's going to be a great additions to campus.
All right, Dr. Allen, we appreciate you again. We're going to make room for Coach Macon, but
Absolutely.
again, thank you for having us today.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all being here.
All right, go Tribe. Appreciate everyone saying hello. We had several folks on our text line talking about ICC. Thank you. Mr. West has said hello this morning. Probably save your trivia for tomorrow, my friend. And another note here, we're talking about Ole Miss and the lack of rebounding and free throw attempts. It says Ole Miss is always going to get fewer free throws because they're so perimeter oriented. That makes sense.
That makes perfect
You got to
sense.
mix it up, Coach.
Here comes the man now.
Now, head coach, ICC Indians, Travis Macon, everybody.
The legend himself. Yeah.
Indeed.
You gotta make a little room for him.
Always the best dressed
Slide
man
it
in the
all
room,
over.
too.
Yeah,
Always the best
Always.
man. Dapper,
Always.
dapper
Always.
coach. Welcome back to our program, sir.
How everybody doing?
We're great. You're great. How's your day going?
It's going good. It's going good.
I'm seeing a whole lot of names up there from a lot of different places.
It is. We got a nice class that's coming in that's going to be a part of the family, so we're excited.
Talk about the recruiting sort of now in your fourth year. So is that something you sort of get better at as you go, you and your staff, and sort of, improve upon where you look and how you evaluate guys?
It does. We try to get guys that fit the program. He might be a really good player, but he might not fit our program. So when we evaluate a player, we look on and off the field for every guy that we recruit.
All right, let's talk about the region, and sort of area kids. We're talking about, you can pull from a lot of places, but there are a lot of area kids that are good too.
There are. We got a couple of offensive linemen that are really good players that have joined the family that we're looking to come in and play a big part in what we're doing because we lost a lot of offensive guys.
That's a big thing in community college is that turnover every 2 years, and then you're going to lose some, that just don't come back after a year or so. So, with your roster changes, how do you go through evaluating how many of each spot are you going to take?
Well, it's kind of hard because now with this new portal, you get a lot of guys that are qualifiers. So each year, you never know who's coming back until they come in the office and tell you, Coach, I like my offer and I'm not going to come back. But that also helps us in recruiting. So we look forward to all those guys just coming to sit out with us because they do help us in recruiting. That we get a lot of guys to sign FBS.
You said the offensive side of the ball, you lost a lot of key players.
We did.
Yeah.
Offensive line, receivers, a lot of those guys left. Our quarterback left, which is good, so we had to go rebuild it on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and to me, it traditionally is set with all the community college I talked to, coaches over the years, where O-line was one of the hardest spots to make that decision and to find those kids in junior college. Have y'all been able to shore that up and bring in kids that you think are going to make big contributions for you?
We did. At mid-year, we brought in a lot of guys to replace the guys that we lost. So whenever you win and those guys sign and go off, it's easy to recruit kids to come in. So at mid-year, we did get a lot of guys to come in. The locker room looks good, you know, in the weight room. So we expect those guys to jump right in and start playing a big part in it.
How much do you get to go out and watch them on Friday nights?
We don't, with the district being closed. We only can see our guys in our district, so we do a lot of evaluation on huddle.
Yeah, and two, with it being closed like that, let's say there's a kid at South Panola, you have to catch them on the night that they're playing district team.
That is correct. Yes, sir,
Yeah.
that is
And if
correct.
they don't play anybody in your county area, then you just don't get to see them.
Yes, sir.
You have to take the huddle.
So it's a little challenge to it. So in November, that's when we can get out and see the state, you know, all the guys in the state. But before that, that's what we do. We hope that one of our district teams play that team that we recruit one of the players.
So it's very strategic how you go about getting to see the players.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, and I know I'm guilty. I'm always sending a film on a kid or this, and hey, take a look. You're getting bombarded with that over and over. And so, you know, as you do, you know, I tell kids all the time, you got to make a film good enough that draws Travis Magen's attention.
He does, because when I watch film, if the first 5 clips don't jump out at me, I'm gonna probably stop watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got 55 of them that you're going to watch today, I don't want to spend 4 minutes or so watching this guy that his first 3 weren't very good. Well,
Yes, sir.
you know,
When you call a head high school coach like Trent Hammond here, what are the first couple of questions when you referring to one of his players? What do you want to know?
I want to know his character. That'd be the first thing. You know, you have to ask about the character because, you know, like I said, you can bring in a really good player, but if he's not going to act right, you can't bring that kid into your program. You know, so we always ask about the character.
That coach, from your end of it, you have to talk about that, I guess, on honest terms with another coach.
well, I'm going to be, you know, I know guys like Travis and them, and I don't want to waste their time. You know, I've never been guilty of being one of the coaches, and I'm sure he could sit here and name coaches that tell them that this is a great kid, and he's 6'3", and he's 280, and he shows up, and he's barely 6 foot, and he's 240. You know, and just those things that waste your time.
That's correct.
You know, and I've never wanted to do that. And one of the things that I don't want to push to a kid, if I call, it's because I believe the kid loves football. Because that's one of the questions that I get a lot of times now. Does he love football? Because in high school, you're going to play it a little bit. You're going to go home to your girlfriend. You're going to do all those things. And then when he comes to you, it transitions more into, hey, you're paying for school because
It's a
you show
job.
up. It's a job,
It is.
you know. And so I love football becomes one of the more important things that you need to find out.
Yes, sir.
Does he love it, or does he love being recruited too? Because I'm sure all y'all could tell stories about the kid that just loves being recruited.
And a lot of them do. With all this new social media, everybody wants to be in front of the camera. But at some point, we're going to have to get on the grass. And that's when it's going to show you the real football player.
On the grass, he said, Coach. That's what I'm talking
That's when the
about.
rubber hits the road right there.
Yes, sir.
You know, and at my level, I tell people all the time, I can talk a kid into coming out and playing, and he may be a T-shirt All-American. But when the helmets and shoulder pads, when we start needing crash dummies, everything kind of changes.
T-shirt All-American. Coach, well, I was going to ask you, you know, we talked with Dr. Allen about the academic success of your athletes and the priority you and your staff put on it. That's something that really, I'm sure, parents of these recruits are really, really happy about.
They are. Our guys come in here and we preach books and ball. And we say that in every home we go in. And the good thing about it, in the last 3 years, look at the track record of these guys coming in, and their GPAs was very low in high school, where they're leaving this program 2.5, 3.0 students and with a degree. So we take pride in that. You know, we glad to see them that they signed to the schools of Division I, but that also tells you that they are coming in and they're getting the lessons.
And you're able to catch them up academically in a lot of cases.
Yes, sir. Our teachers do a really good job. Dr. Bunch do a really good job of putting them in the right classes. So, you know, I have to give those guys the credit.
Right.
You know, and that's one thing I mentioned to Coach Allen is looking at all y'all stuff and seeing your success with, you know, speaking to Dr. Allen, is that I've had kids go to junior college and then come up 1/10 of a point with their GPA not high enough to go somewhere else and be told, oh, we couldn't make him go to class. We couldn't do those things. But I've known you a long time, and I know that's not a problem for you.
No, sir, we got what we call the tea party, and they only come one time.
Tea party.
I don't even want to know what that involves.
Tea party.
I've known,
No, thank you.
Does not
I've
sound
known
pleasant.
Coach Megan I've known him long enough to know that he probably can, give a little persuasion to say, oh, you are going to go to class.
Have you coached anyone that's played in the Super Bowl?
Not in the Super Bowl, but I have had a lot of guys that are in NFL,
Yes,
but
sir.
not in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
I know we've talked to you about some former players, but I just want to go over a list that Adam came up with us today because I was curious about ICC alum, former players who have played in the Super Bowl. Darius Slay, the most recent, I believe, with the Eagles cornerback. They lost to Kansas City, but they also came back and won a Super Bowl. The Eagles did. 2025. So Darius Slay. How about you guys got another one?
Pernell McPhee, outside linebacker, for the Ravens, won, Super Bowl in 2013.
So far we're 2-1, Franco.
Deuce Staley, Steelers running back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 40.
Speaking
They
of
won that one.
and Deuce Daly, we actually talked to him a couple of days ago. We stayed on the phone for about 3 hours.
Is that right?
Oh, really?
And he bragged about the program. He said he still remember the days he was here at ICC. So it was fun to hear him talk about the program and say he can't wait to get back on campus just to see it.
All right, so ICC, so far in the Super Bowl, our alums, because Deuce Staley actually coached the Eagles running backs, so he's got 2 Super Bowl rings. So we're 4-1? All right, who's up? Ron Dixon. He played wide receiver in 2000 for the Giants, Super Bowl 35. Was he an Eli teammate, I wonder? They lost to Baltimore. No, he wasn't.
Eli didn't lose
No,
one.
he didn't lose one. Ron scored the only New York touchdown on a 97-yard kickoff return.
Wow.
How many kickoff returns for touchdowns? It's probably a handful, probably less than 5, right?
Yeah.
In history.
In the history of the Super Bowl, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
There's maybe been 2, 3, whatever. Keeman Hall, 49ers cornerback, played Super Bowl 58 in 2024. They lost to KC in overtime. So, pretty good track record.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of guys that have played in the Super Bowl, and we got to get more guys in the Super Bowl.
That's right. What do you think about this weekend's game?
Oh,
Where are you leaning? Where's your sprinkle, Coach?
I'm going to say Seattle.
Seattle! Yeah, he's a defensive. Is right, yeah.
Well, he
Well,
won and lost in the trenches.
Yes, sir.
yeah, can't thank you enough, Coach, and best of luck to you. I know you're going to be busy this spring and summer, but we're looking forward to our weekly visits with you
Oh, yes, sir.
Wednesdays.
I want to be undefeated on our visits this year.
We did well.
Yes, sir.
We wrote it for a while. Coach Travis Macon, everybody, thank you very much. I want to go over a couple of Super Bowl fun facts, all right? Today we will focus on, what else? Food. The Super Bowl is the second biggest eating day in the country, in the calendar year. What's the biggest eating day of the calendar?
Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Coach. 1.25 billion.
Not built like this on accident, baby.
That's the voice of experience.
1.25 billion. What are we talking about there? How many chicken wings are consumed on Super Bowl Sunday? I said billion. 7% of annual sales is
That's
chicken
just
wings.
chicken wings.
Just chicken wings is on Super Bowl Sunday. Their entire year, 7%. All right, I did want one more. 1 in 7 Americans will order takeout. What's the number 1 takeout item?
Pizza.
You were right. What's the number 1 topping?
Pepperoni.
Wrong. Really? Also, too.
Cheese.
Sausage. Just so you know, 60% of takeout. All right, today on our Who Got the GOAT segment, I've got a question for you guys. Who's the only quarterback with multiple playoff wins over Don Shula-led teams?
Terry Bradshaw.
That's a great guess.
Yes? You're in the right conference. Because played him in the playoffs. Don Shula, pretty good in the playoffs. He only lost. Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly beat him in 90, 92, and 95. He's the only
On
multiple
the
winner.
way to the Super Bowl.
Only, yes.
4 times.
Only multiple winner. Blew my mind. All right, it's time for us to go back to this date, February 4th. The year was, I believe, 2011. Today's my anniversary, boys. My lovely wife,
You
Rhonda.
believe the year was 2011?
I forget the year. It was a long time ago. Happy anniversary, Rhonda.
Also this year,
Yes.
on this date, I mean,
More important.
1958, Major League Hall of Fame fails to elect anyone for the first time since 1950. 1950, they've gone 8 years since they failed to elect
Yeah,
anyone.
Belichick.
Bill Belichick was on the ballot.
Apparently, he gets snubbed.
1969, John Madden is named head coach of the NFL's Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, good move. All right. 1991, Baseball's Hall of Fame. Directors vote 12-0 to bar Pete Rose due to his betting on games while playing and a manager. 91.
I'm with Franco.
And how did I end up with this one? 1997, O.J. Simpson was found liable in the deaths of Ron Goldman and Nicole Simpson in civil court.
And to me, the last like 4 Wednesdays, we've had an OJ history
Yeah, I
note.
think you're on a roll there. It's kind of like
Y'all.
You're looking for it.
You're out there looking for OJ. You
Yeah.
know?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
if it does not fit,
Exactly.
Must have quit.
Good morning, Mr. West. We appreciate you, brother. We're going to get to your question tomorrow. Thanks to all of those who have said hello today.
I want to be the first to complain about the Giants hiring Matt Nagy as offensive coordinator, former head coach of the Chicago Bears, been with Kansas City the last
Yeah.
3 years. They went from being 9th to 16th to 20th in total
They were
offense.
horrible.
And this is who Jackson Dart's going to rely on. And they failed to, the Kansas City Chiefs have failed to crack the top 10 in scoring in any of those 3 seasons.
Bad hire?
I'm not happy.
No.
he's taking over from Bobby. He's being,
I know.
Yeah,
Negative, man. See.
We had to have a little dose of Bobby in the
Matt
show.
Nagy.
he can come right in. With
Hey,
Bobby.
here's one
Not a
out.
Nagy fan.
Here's our buddy Jerry in Pontotoc. Hello, Jerry. Jerry says, thank God at this year's Super Bowl won't see 1,000 TV shots of that bimbo Taylor Swift.
Harsh words.
Jerry,
Hey.
don't be mean, man.
Man.
You're right, though. No Taylor. There'll be controversy.
Yeah,
There'll be, look forward to the ads. You watch the ads, Coach.
I do. You know, but I'm not gonna go crazy over it. Now, what's your pick for the week, for the game,
I agree with Coach Macon.
Coach Macon? I am going
Seattle.
to pull for the Patriots, though.
You're going to pull for the Patriots.
I'm going to pull for the Patriots. I think they are, they're the dark horse, but I'm pulling for them. You know, there are people that say they've won too many, but here, this guy has gone from a team that was no good last year
Oh, my gosh.
to now playing in the.
How about Vrabel?
And I love the fact that, hey, this group over here says you're not good enough to be the head coach, and now all of a sudden, hey, maybe there's some other factors to this.
You talk about a dumb move.
Yes, that was, to me, it's the same move that the Bills made when they let their coach go this year.
I'm worried about May's shoulder.
You know.
He's got to run. And he's been sacked 5 times, 3 straight playoff games in a row. I'm worried about
Hey,
that.
it's a Super
that
Bowl, man.
Patriots
He's gonna take a
offensive
shot.
line.
Yeah, they get after you too, Seattle.
He's
they
going to
get-
take a shot. He won't even know he has shoulders.
Yeah. Once again, thank you to our friends here at Etowah Community College, and thank you for you guys listening and checking in today. And Coach and Franco, we'll see you back here tomorrow from Mississippi Sports Today.
Have a great one.